Hello, gold diggers. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy all that. I hope you guys had a great day and I hope you're excited about tonight's show because I'm excited about tonight's show. I am your illustrious host and the creator and executive producer of Gold Digger Diaries. And of course, Gold Digger Diaries is about celebrating individuals who are doing ordinary individuals like you and me, who are doing extraordinary work in their businesses, their community, and their careers. And tonight we have a very, very special guest. And I'll just tell you a little bit about her because she's going to tell us all about herself. But this is a young lady that I met on IG, actually, who Ya a Star introduced me to her. And she said, "Have you reached out to her?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I don't know who she is, but I will." But I reached out to her and she turned out to be a very, very sweet young lady, a young lady who's doing things. And I'm not going to belabor it and I'm not going to go any further without introducing our special guest. Hey, Bella.
Hey, how you doing?
Our special guest is Miss Stephanie Bella Aristot. How do you pronounce that?
Aristot.
Aristot.
Yes.
And Bella is an entrepreneur and owner of Mother CMOS LLC. So tell everybody, hey, Bella.
Hello. How you guys doing?
All right. Now, Bella, I see Aristot is French, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
tell me about that last name, girl. You speak, parlez-vous français?
Un parle Creole.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I speak Creole. My family's Haitian, but my last name comes from my biological mom. So I don't really know much about it like that, but might need to do my research on that one.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, that's cool. Well, at least you know it's French.
Right, right.
Okay. Well, Stephanie, tell us a little bit about who you are, about Stephanie, and then we'll talk a little bit about your life. And I see that you're in your younger years. You worked in foster care and defects. I'd love to hear about that. I'm on a similar journey. We talked about that before, but tell us a little bit about you.
So of course, my name is Stephanie. I go by Bella. I am, like you said, the owner of Mother CMOS, and I am 31 years old. I'm originally from Elizabeth, New Jersey, and I have a 12-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter. I don't know
Wow.
how that happened, but it's here. That gap in them years, Jesus. but um, but yeah, I am currently in school at Georgia State University for business, and I'm also pursuing, along with my CMOS business, I'm also pursuing a beauty bar business. So I'm just trying to create, generational wealth for my children, so that way they won't have to grow up the way that I grew up, trying to work, 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 and not just really enjoy life. I won't say just I didn't enjoy life, but just trying to cut out some of those hardship roads that I had to take for them. So yeah, so I moved here to Atlanta, Georgia at the age of 12, and ever since then, just been trying to focus on myself and focus on being a better person all around for myself, for my friends, for my family, especially for my children.
Wow. I love it. I'm getting a little feedback. You have your thing turned down. Your
Um,
do you have Facebook open?
it's off. I'm
Oh,
not on there.
okay. Because for some reason I'm getting some feedback. But okay. So I love what you said about creating generational wealth for your children because that's so important. And I feel like your generation, you don't hear that often. So I applaud you and I appreciate that. And your children will appreciate it even more.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you grew up in Jersey.
Yes.
How long were you in Jersey?
To the age of 12.
Okay. And you moved to
Hmm.
Georgia.
To Georgia, yes, over there in Riverdale, Georgia, Clayton County.
So how's Georgia being to you? How is Georgia being good to you?
Yes, this is where I kind of grew, and kind of learned myself, like I said, when I was, well, my younger years, I went through the DFACS custody and stuff like that. Kind of did a lot of back and forth, and I even did that through my teenage years, back and forth. Not really just feeling secure with with certain people. So you kind of leave and venture out on your own and trying to find yourself. So yeah, so Georgia has been good to me. Georgia has helped me to be the woman I am now. I came across really, really great people, who played a major role in my life and a major role in who I am today and how I look at life. So yeah, I can't say anything negative. I'm sure of course, there's hard times. There were hard times. There were times where I felt like giving up. There were times where I didn't even want to be here. Sometimes, like, I'm just over this. I'm just done. But I was able to find strength, and I was able to come across great mentors, and I was able to, just, remember my trust in God. And so I grew up. I grew up.
Yeah.
So Georgia has been great. Jersey is the past. A lot of the root of the problems that I had. So, and the reason I say I had is because I overcame a lot of those issues. A lot of people don't overcome problems, so you deal with surface issues and not really dealing with what the root of the issue. So so Jersey is where the root of my upbringing, began, but that's not where it ended.
Then that's because it's not that feedback. You hear
I
it?
hear it too. Yes, you kind of go in and out as well.
Are you on a speaker? Do you have a?
Yep. Mhm.
Let's test. Yeah, I think it's feedback from your speaker.
Okay.
Maybe
Uh,
turn it down. Can you turn the volume down a little bit?
how's that?
That's a little better.
Okay.
A little better. But like they say, it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Right.
And you are finishing well, my sister.
Thank you.
So tell me about your family.
So, um, as far as my mom and dad goes,
Oh, your family, your
my
children.
children. Okay. So yeah. Oh, my children are wonderful. They're a handful, but they're wonderful. My son is, like I said, he's 12 years old. He's very athletic. He's going through those little preteen stages. Sometimes you got the attitudes and the talk backs, but you gotta do him old
Uh-oh.
school real quick and slap him up a few times. But for the most part, he's your average young black boy. I try to teach him and try to get him on a straight and narrow path so that way he doesn't fall into the hands of the police or the hands of the streets and stuff like that. So I am a single mother raising him. So, I just try to do the best that I can with him. And, he has that entrepreneurship in him. He wants to be a YouTuber. He wants to play football. He wants to, even have his own little table so he can be at pop-up shops and stuff along with me. So,
Okay.
he just that's my first heart. That's my first heartbeat right there. And so my daughter, like I said, she's 17 months old, and she is the boss of the house. I'm being bullied by a 1 year old on a on a daily.
Oh,
So
wow.
she brings the happiness and joy into the home. So yeah, I have no complaints when it comes to my children.
Okay. I'm still with the moment.
Okay, so it might be my washer. Maybe if I cut that off. What you think? I don't know.
I don't know. It's the speaker. I
It's the
think
speaker.
that's better. I think. Yeah, that's better.
It's the washer then,
Ah,
because it
turn
just calmed down. Okay, so give me
it
1 second. I'm disappearing. Cut it off.
off. So you guys are stuck with me for a minute because Bella had to go turn her washer off because the speaker was going nuts. The speaker didn't like it. So
So how's that? Is that better?
that's much better.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So let me. So I hear you. You told me that you struggle with Crohn's disease, and that's going to lead into our discussion about what you're doing now. So tell me about your diagnosis with Crohn's.
So I didn't find out that I had Crohn's till 2012, and I started having issues in 2008 when I had my son. Prior to that, I was a very healthy individual. I never even took over the counter medication like my mom. They they're into the whole natural, holistic route. Like, I didn't even know what a tea bag was once upon a time, because I'm so used to my mom washing tea leaves in the sink. So, so when I had my son, it was like a near fatal delivery. It was a lot going on with that one. He was temporarily paralyzed on the left side of his face. He had blood in between his head and his skull. His head was swollen, very, very. Like, he was born at 6:45 p.m. I didn't get to see him until 2 o'clock the following morning. I thought my son had passed because everyone was coming to my room. And so, with the doctors using the forceps and the vacuums and, kind of like forcing the child out, it caused a lot of issues with me as well. So from 2008 to 2012, I was sick a lot, going back and forth to the doctors, back in and out the hospitals. Like, I couldn't keep my weight on, couldn't eat, food wouldn't digest. I was told I had all types of stuff from pancreatitis to this to that. Like, they didn't know what it was. I guess at that time they wasn't even sure about Crohn's. They were still trying to figure out what Crohn's was. I'm assuming. But so just for 4 years, just going in and out the hospital, weighing like 20 pounds at one point, being a liability. Like, the jobs wouldn't even hire me because they're like, you so little. If I blow at you and you fall, you might break a bone. So, in 2012, they did a colonoscopy, and then they came back and told me that it was Crohn's disease. So, yep.
And you're so young.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
So how did you translate that to what you're doing now?
So
Your business.
Like anyone, when you hear that you have something, especially when they throw the word disease at the end, you kind of go through this, like, I won't say a depression state, but like this little mental block to where you're just like, oh my gosh, why me? You hear all the negative things, it's like, I think it was 15 centimeters in my intestines that was burnt off, and they want to do, surgery because of all the inflammation and stuff like that. And I'm just like, all you hear is the negative, 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 negative. Every time you go to the doctor's appointment, it's negativity, negativity. So then I started to remember where you come from. You come from a family that, is very resistant. They know how to take care of themselves. Like, so going back to my mom, she was making a lot of natural stuff for me, teas, and, we were taking a lot of turmeric and ginger. So I realized when I was consistent with those things, I would feel good. But, even then I was still young. So I had I was here, then there. I was doing it, then I wasn't doing it. So therefore I was still in and out the hospital and stuff like that. And I started taking the CMOS capsules. I started taking CMOS capsules and stuff, but then I would start and I would stop. So, I had a lot of growing up to do, and still, had to focus on taking care of myself. Because at that time, like I said, I had a baby. So my focus went totally into taking care of my child. And I realized that you got to take care of you in order to take care of your kid. So I started getting consistent with the turmerics and the gingers, and I started doing health fairs because I came across a lot of people who had Crohn's, and they were very, very sick. And I was over here thinking to myself, like, here you are having a whole fit because these people done told you that you have something, and you looking at someone else who has the same thing that you have, and they can't even stand up. They can't even, like, when I tell you, like, they're just constantly sick, throwing up, they're called flare-ups.
Right.
Like, I've had a few flare-ups and stuff, but, I just compared my state to what they had going on. And I was like, you should be appreciative of where you are right now. And just, so it caused me to just really start being consistent with taking care of myself. And, so at that time, I wasn't fully into the actual CMOS seaweed itself. I was just doing turmeric and, doing my own research on Crohn's. And I started doing health fairs, and I came across, different people, holistic vendors and stuff like that. And, and I learned just different ways to assist the body when you have an autoimmune deficiency, which is what Crohn's is. Right. So later on down the years, I got diagnosed with I'm sorry. Okay. I got diagnosed with thyroid disease. So I was just all over the place, just stressful. Like, I think that was in 2017. Just thyroids, and at this, like I said, I could just only be honest. I still wasn't consistent with taking care of myself. I would do it for a couple of weeks and I would stop. I would do it for a couple of weeks and stop and just try to focus on existing. That's all I was doing at the time, just existing. Right. Trying to pay your bills, take care of your kids, and do this and do that. So my cousin actually came to me with a jar of sea moss one day. This might have been like a little over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. But even up to that time, I was still doing, I got better with the whole turmeric and just taking care of my body and eating well and exercising and stuff. So when she had this big old jar of gel and it was all greenish, I was like, girl, what is that? She was like, there's some sea moss, you should try. Like, girl. And I was thinking, like, I had the little powder form, in the little capsules, but I've never had this. I was looking at her like she's crazy. She just taking a little capsule, throwing it in her mouth. I'm like, I don't want that. It looked funny. But she encouraged me to go ahead and just try it out. So she gave me like a 32-ounce jar. And I started taking it morning, in the afternoon, at night. And all I could say is, like, on day 3, I felt an increase in my energy level. I felt a difference in my digestive tract. Like, when I tell you, like, I was able to go to the restroom, like, it really did a full 360. Like, like I said, I had up to the point where when she introduced me to the actual sea moss, the raw sea moss, the actual seaweed, and not the capsule. Like I said, I was consistent with taking care of myself. So when I got the sea moss, I even felt a difference in the way my thyroid function.
Really?
I was clear. I was mentally clear. I was able to, all the little body joint pains you have and you're stressed out. Like, I just felt a total difference in myself to where I was like, okay. They didn't really have no bad taste to it. You just had to just take it. So I would just gulp it down the little throat 3 times a day, and it's been sea moss like since then. I was like, you know what? Let me start, this event planning and educating people has always been in me. And, you come across people who have Crohn's, or you come across people who have, IBS. I've had come across a lot of people with IBS, and, just different issues. And I would just tell them about sea moss. Like, oh, what's sea moss? I'm like, y'all know about sea moss? You remind me of me. What you doing? So then I find myself teaching them about it. So then I just started like, you know what? Let me start turn this into a little, business. It's not only just about sales for me, it's about actually educating, you on the importance and the health benefits of sea moss and how you can add it to your daily routine, how it can actually benefit you and, people around you. Because a lot of times I was irritable, very irritable, unpleasant to be around, and it had a lot to do with my thyroid functions. Like, thyroid really controls everything, and I was hyper, so I was producing too much hormones. Okay. So you told me my shirt was ugly, I was snapping, and it had nothing to do with my shirt. Like, I would just, the TV would be so loud, like, I'll have a TV on 100. For me, it was at a regular sound, but for you, you're like, why is this TV so loud? It messed with your hearing, your vision, just everything. And when I tell you, when I started taking that sea moss, I have been pleasant to be around since then, I can say.
I get the feedback, but I need a case of it. A whole case.
Yes. That's what I did. I bought a case and I started soaking it and I started making it and I started selling it to people and doing these pop-up shops and being able to educate people on, the importance of sea moss and how it can help you in different ways.
So, Bella, did you continue with your medication once you started with the sea moss?
I haven't been on medication since 2014. Really? 2014, yeah, because like I said, my younger years, I wasn't all that consistent with taking care of myself, but I knew my body. I was in tune with my body, so I kind of like, all right, you feel a little flare up or a little inflammation going on. Go ahead and take this turmeric, and then I'm okay, you fine. So I had to get out the habit of that. I had to incorporate consistency in my life. So I haven't taken any medication since I'll say probably like 2014. Like, it was just unpleasant going to the doctor, sitting there for 4 hours with a needle stuck in your arm to let medicine just run through. I was taking Remicade. Oh, wow. So yeah, so you just sit there for 4 hours. Either you sit there for 4 hours, or you could take a pill every single day, or you can inject yourself every single day with a little needle. I wasn't gonna do none of that. I don't like needles. So I said, if I could just eliminate this and add this into my life, and I actually get a better a better result than I would, with the Remicade, because the Remicade suppresses your immune system.
Mm-hmm.
Sea moss enhances your immune system, so I think I'd rather go the natural route.
Okay. So, wise one, tell us about sea moss. What is it? Where does it come from?
So sea moss is a superfood. So it contains 92 of the 102 minerals that your body needs to perform at its highest peak. So it comes from the rocky parts of the Atlantic coast of Europe and North America. So
Okay.
straight comes from the ocean. I get my sea moss from St. Lucia. And like I said, it contains 92 minerals, 92 of the minerals that your body needs to perform at its highest peak. So it's good for blood pressure, diabetes. It's full of prebiotics, so it's good for gut, promotes gut health. And like I said, gut health is very, very important. When you get your gut health together, it's like creating a balance. Like you need everything in life is about balance. So if you're balanced out, everything else kind of works out, in your favor. So it's full of vitamins, it's full of minerals, it's full of a lot of the things that your body needs to be able to function the way it needs to function. So it gets rid of all the heavy, toxins and metals, and it replaces that stuff with good bacteria. So sea moss is pretty much just a seaweed. It's a seaweed, and I actually have some that I could actually show you guys. I don't want to just keep moving from the screen. I should have had it sitting right here in its raw form. But it's a seaweed. If you think like of a sponge kind of bulged up together, and then when you soak it, it kind of expands.
Okay.
So like it's just a seaweed. I know people eat like seaweed chips and stuff like that. I'm like, they can do that. They can do some sea moss, because I can't eat no seaweed chips.
So one of our said, let's see, they want to see it.
I'm sorry.
One of the viewers said, let's see, they want to see it.
Oh, they want me to go get it? Okay, 1 second.
Okay, viewer, she's going to get the sea moss for you so you can see it. I want to see this too. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. I'm doing great. And I'll be even greater when I can take a vacation. You guys ready for vacation? You're welcome. I can't see your name, but you're welcome. Okay, she did a real deep y'all. This better be good. uh, Bella, this better be good because you dug real deep for that.
Okay, so I apologize. I'm normally more prepared. I get a little nervous, and I got the 1-year-old running around, so.
It's okay.
So I get them by.
Hey,
Huh.
No,
I got a big old bag. This is all I have left from the box that I ordered. So let me just get like a little handful of what sea moss look like. So.
Oh.
So.
So how do you ingest it? Do this bite a piece or?
Okay, so this is sea moss in its raw form. So I don't know if you can see. Can you guys see it well? Okay, so of course you won't consume it like this. It's a process. So I literally have to wash it. Like I said, it comes from the ocean, so it has all type of debris and poop and stuff like that. So for the shrimps and the animals that's down there that is in the bottom of the ocean. Not everything that's on the bottom of the ocean is bad for you, okay? So, but I do thoroughly wash it. So it takes me, so I normally bag this stuff up into 6 ounces. So it's 6-ounce bags, and I take it and I thoroughly wash it. So it takes me about 30 minutes to wash the bag. And then I take, after I wash it, I use alkaline water and I soak it for about 3 days. So when I soak it, I drain it and I use that water. That water is also great for you to use, just to consume, because like I said, it has the nutrients from the sea moss been soaking in so long. So that water would turn thick. And then so I would drain it and I would warm up the water and not the sea moss, because if you warm up the sea moss, it kind of kills the nutrients. So I would warm up the water, and I'll take the sea moss and I'll put it in the blender, and then I take some of that warm water and put it in the blender as well, just mix it up, which then give me the form gel of sea moss.
Oh.
Yeah, so when you hear people say sea moss gel, this is exactly what it looks like.
And so you ingest that?
Yes. So you take a tablespoon. I take 2 tablespoons in the morning. You can put in your smoothie. You can put it and make some tea. If you just don't have time to make tea or smoothie, you just get apple juice, orange juice, whatever it is that you like, that's in your refrigerator, and you just put in your cup, kind of mash it a little bit so it could break up, and then you just stir as you go, as you pour, and you just drink it. You just continue on with your day. It's nothing to really prep for. I've done all the prepping. I've done all the prepping. So that's the original sea moss. I have the turmeric sea moss as well. Can you guys see?
I see that.
So I'll just infuse them with, different stuff like turmeric or ginger, because when you do that, it enhances the health benefits. Because about turmeric is great. It's very, very great for inflammation.
Yes.
So especially people who have like inflammation issues such as Crohn's, IBS, arthritis, hip, I've had a lot of people that had hip replacements, and they utilize the sea moss with the turmeric. So, and I also have turmeric sea moss with the ginger. I don't know, a lot of people know, but ginger is very, very good for sinus issues, headaches, just relieving that pressure around. Like, I'm not a fan of over-the-counter medication. I'm not a fan of sticking some nasal spray in my nose just to decongest, so, but I'm gonna show you guys one more time what the sea moss look like. To get a good old look.
Now I know what sea moss looks like.
Yes.
And that's from St. Lucia, right?
I'm sorry.
That's from St. Lucia?
Yes.
Oh,
Wildcrafted sea moss.
Caribbean sea moss.
Yes, ma'am. From a Caribbean woman.
From a Caribbean woman. So this is awesome. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Taking that and making it into your business. And for those who are on with us, before we move on to start talking a little bit about self-care, Bella.
Okay.
If whoever can guess your age, I'm gonna send them a $10 gift certificate.
I think I said it already.
No, they ain't gonna remember. They ain't remember. If you guys know her age, because I think this is the sea moss. I think we need to all get some sea moss, y'all. If you can guess her age, then you get a gift from Gold Digger Diaries. Put it in the comments. You got 2 minutes. No, you got 1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute.
I'll even add an 8 ounces regular sea moss in there.
Okay. All right. Y'all better put it in there. Put it in the chat. Guess Bella's age. Because I swear this sea moss is really working for her. Guess her age. Come on. I see 5 people on here. Come on. I need y'all to guess her age. You're going to get something from Gold Digger Diaries. Plug, you cheating. And anybody else? Plug cheated. All right, Plug, you win the prize.
Good job. Thank you. She said you cheated.
You get a bunch on Gold Digger Diaries, and you get, what's you get?
8 ounces of sea moss.
8 ounces of sea moss. We're going to be looking good, Plug. Some of that sea moss. Girl, like, you going to have me rub the sea moss on my face.
But you can. So even with my beauty line, I also use sea moss as a mask. You can use sea moss as a mask. And, that's another few things that I'm working on as far as like, different products. Not only just the sea moss gel that you can consume, the sea moss drinks for, when you're on the go, but sea moss body butter. Like, it's very good. Like, it's like I said, the sea moss is rich in nutrients and minerals, and it's an anti-inflammatory itself. So like, I have eczema, my children have eczema. So, people with eczema, psoriasis, oily skin, acne and stuff like that. Or if you're already gorgeous and have flawless skin, it just enhances that skin, Exactly. So, but it's a one-stop shop. It's a one-stop shop. So, so that's something else that, that's about to be out there, the sea moss body butter, just using it with mixing it with different natural foods. Honestly, that's what I'm using, food.
Well, I And like I told you before, I am very proud of you. I feel honored because I feel like us elders and you young millennials and younger, we have to work together and we have to encourage each other. So I'm
Right.
very proud of you, and
Thank
I'm
you.
honored that you would come and share with us on the show, and anything that I can do, to help you, I'm here.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
that's what I do.
Thank you.
But in light of that, you mentioned to me also that one of your goals is educating our community on the importance of self care, mind, body, spirit. So
Hmm.
if you could just give us a gold nugget about what is it that you want us to know in our community about self care?
So what I would encourage everyone to, like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm just going based off, experience in the little 31 years of me living. But I would just truly encourage people to start at with their mental health. Like, and when I say mental health, not saying that you have a problem, because when people hear mental health, like, oh, I'm not crazy. I don't need a therapist. There's nothing wrong with having someone to talk to. But it is very important to understand where a lot of your issues come from. Like I can speak for myself. A lot of people say, oh, she got an attitude, or she's hard to approach and these stuff, back in my teenage years. And, there was a lot of times where I made poor decisions, poor life decisions that could have truly turn me to go down the wrong path. But that's because I didn't deal with the fact that I was in foster care. Like I didn't have my mom, I didn't have my dad. And then although I end up with, my aunt, who I call my mom, but it's still like, you're not my mom, so why didn't they want me? You see them with their other kids, so I had abandonment issues. So when I came across people in relationships I love hard. So if I felt betrayed by you, I took it personally.
Yeah.
It just hit even harder because like I want to do that to you. And I couldn't let go. I had issues with letting go. And I didn't understand why I made a lot of the same decisions, why I constantly kept running to the roadblocks. And I'm thinking it's because of what happened yesterday or what happened today. It has nothing to do with what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday is just the surface. It's just everyday life stuff. What the real issue is, I had abandonment issues.
Yep.
So once I start realizing those and start focusing on me and the things that I had going on, I was able to heal. And
Yeah.
once I was able to heal, I was actually able to focus on me and what I needed, not being selfish, but putting myself first. And then, once you get your mental together, you're able to actually take care of yourself. You start to be like, you know what, girl, go work out, go drink you some water, take you some vitamins if that's what you're gonna do. Self, mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit. It's all self-care. They're all connected. You can't take care of your mind, not take care of your body and your spirit. You can't take your spirit and ignore your mind and your body. It's all about a balance. So I encourage everyone to just really just look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, how can I be better tomorrow? Do I need us to take 10 steps backwards in order to be able to move forward? Because nothing wrong with that. Like there's nothing wrong with just people say, oh, don't focus on the past. You gotta focus on the past just a little bit in
Yep.
order to move forward.
Exactly.
So, like I said, and it's just, isn't it? And even when I say mind, body, and spirit and self care, it's not even just all about the CMOS. Because CMOS, when you add that to your everyday, routine, it's gonna definitely help you be able to see clearer. Because, like I said, that energy level, that mental clearness and stuff. But you can take CMOS all day long and still be negative. You could take, whatever vitamins and go to church, but you really have to dig deep inside of yourself and
Yeah.
truly take out those skeletons that's in the closet and be able to say, you know what, I'm not scared. Let's face these issues head on. Whether I need to talk to myself, write me a Dear John letter, or go see a therapist, and clear out that mind and clear out that clutter. Because no matter, I know people who say, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. I know people now that's 45, 50, and 60, and like the sweat ain't got no problems. I'm looking like, I'm not a therapist and all, but you got issues, and it has nothing to do with what's currently going on. It's because they haven't dealt with things in the past. So,
Absolutely.
self, mind, body, and spirit. You have to. It's all about a balance. So I encourage everybody to find that balance.
Amen, lady. Amen. So one last thing, and then everybody hang on because we have something very special at the end. But one last question for you, Bella, is what would 31-year-old Bella tell 18-year-old Bella?
Focus, be consistent. Don't take things personal because some people gonna love you, some people are not gonna love you. And stop chasing after love. It's okay. It is okay. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be your own team. Support yourself.
Speak, speak. You just said that. That you just said a mouthful, and because a lot of times we get caught up in well, who likes me, who do,
Mm-hmm.
you see it all the time. It's like it took me a minute to get there, but now I couldn't care less. I'm
Can't
like,
care less. As long as I'm good, my children are good, that's all that matters. Because let me tell you something, if anything happens to me in this world, it's going to affect them too. Their
right,
lives are going to change. Some people might cry about it and move on, but them two right there, they're
yeah.
never gonna forget about mama. So yeah, I would definitely, if I knew some things I knew now, whoo, child, don't tell where I'll be.
But you got some time. You got time. It's never too late. So you're doing very good. And
Well, thank
again,
you.
I applaud you. And I'm so glad to have you as a guest tonight. And to our viewers, please be sure to visit Bella on Facebook and Instagram at Mother of CMOS. Her numbers in the comments, and it's also on the leaderboard now is 678-789-5576.
And I really appreciate you having me on, sharing your platform with me. And for for the viewer that won my age, guess, please email me so I can, ship out your order to you. So that's at mothercmouse@gmail.com.
Okay. All right, and I'll follow up with her too to make sure she does that.
Okay.
And again, if you guys know to our audience, our listeners, our viewers, if you know of someone who's doing amazing things, ordinary people who are doing amazing things in their work, business, community, please have them reach out. I would love to host them on the show because celebrities are celebrated every day, but I want to celebrate ordinary people like you and I,
Right.
and bring. This is what Gold Digger Diaries platform is about. So if you know somebody, please send them my way because I'd love to chat with them. And tonight, what I'd like to do is just honor a dear friend. I'm gonna take us down for a minute. Um, a friend of mine, Fern McQueen, plug knows her, but she passed away a few years ago, and today is her birthday. So tonight's show is dedicated to Fern. She would be thrilled because she definitely was an encourager. She encouraged the younger generation to do better, to do more. So she would have absolutely loved tonight's show. And I just want to dedicate tonight's show to her. I love and miss her dearly. I just wish her happy heavenly birthday. And I'm sure she's resting well. And I'm sure she's laughing at us as she walks on those Harvard floors. And that's an inside joke that only she and a few other people know. But tonight, I just wanted to take a moment and just honor her. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and tune in next week. After next week, we have next week we have a surprise, but I'm not going to tell you guys what it is because I always say I'm not going to tell you what it is, right? I'm not going to tell you what it is. But thank you so much for tuning in tonight, and be bold, be fearless, be inspired by life and by things around you. And most of all, be great. Good night.